Imagine a world where every act of kindness brings magic to life. Today, I'm going to tell you a story about a very special day when a billionaire hired a struggling woman whose pure heart and deep love brought hope and a little bit of magic into the lives of his children. Sounds like something from a fairy tale, right? Stay tuned because this story shows us that sometimes the simplest love can change everything. Let's start our story in a city filled with tall buildings, busy streets, and a big shiny mansion. In that mansion lived a man we will call Mr. Robinson. Now, Mr. Robinson was known as a billionaire because he had more money than most people could ever imagine. But even with all his wealth, Mr. Robinson was very lonely. You see, he had two children who loved him very much, but they missed something very important, a nurturing, caring presence in their lives. Mr. Robinson's wife had passed away many years ago. This left his kids without the warm hugs, the playful smiles, and the loving care they once had. Although Mr. Robinson did his best with his helpers, the children still felt empty inside. They missed someone who could teach them life lessons, play with them, and even make silly jokes to brighten their day. Mr. Robinson began to search for someone who could give his children the love and hope they needed. Many people think that money can buy happiness, but sometimes, no matter how big your bank account is, you can still feel a lack of something that is much more valuable: true love and care. Even for someone with a lot of money, it is the little things, like laughter, kindness, and a warm smile, that truly matter. Mr. Robinson believed that love is something you cannot buy. It grows naturally in your heart. So he decided to look far and wide for a person who could fill that empty space in his children's lives with compassion and hope. And this is where our story takes an exciting turn. On the other side of the city lived a kind and strong woman named Nirvana. Nirvana did not have much money, and life was sometimes very hard for her. Every day she woke up early to work several small jobs just to put food on her table. But guess what? Nirvana had a secret power that no one could ever see on a bank statement. Her heart was full of love and hope. Even though Nirvana struggled with bills and chores, she was always ready with a warm smile. When she passed by a neighbor who needed help, she never hesitated to lend a hand. When children on her street felt sad or lonely, Nirvana was the one who told funny stories and made them laugh with silly voices. Her love was like a magical potion. It could make even the gloomiest day bright and cheerful. Nirvana's friends often said, "You have a heart of gold, Nirvana." And it was true. Although she did not have expensive things or a big house, her heart was rich with kindness and courage. Nirvana believed that every person, no matter where they came from, deserved to have their heart filled with love and happiness. One time, Nirvana rescued a little stray puppy by feeding him and keeping him warm until he found his home. It was a small act, but it showed just how deeply Nirvana cared about others. You see, caring for people isn't about money or fancy gadgets. It's about being there when someone needs you and sharing your light with them. The image changes to Nirvana looking a bit concerned as she watches children playing in a small park. Little did Nirvana know that her path was about to cross with Mr. Robinson's in the most unexpected way. And this chance meeting would change not only her life, but the lives of two little children who had been waiting for a special kind of love. After many months of searching, Mr. Robinson received a letter from a kind friend who had heard about Nirvana's amazing heart. The friend said, "You should meet Nirvana. She has helped so many people in our neighborhood, and has a gift for making people smile. Mr. Robinson was very curious. Even though his children were used to a life filled with many things, they were missing the magic of love, the kind that Nirvana seemed to give so freely. So Mr. Robinson decided to invite Nirvana to visit his home. He wrote her a polite note saying, "I need someone with a caring heart to take care of my kids. I believe you might be the one who can bring so much joy into our lives." When Nirvana received this invitation, she was surprised and a little scared. After all, she had never expected an offer from a billionaire. But Nirvana also felt a spark of hope. She thought, maybe this is the chance to use my little magic of kindness to make a big difference. With a mix of nervous excitement and determination, Nirvana accepted the job. She knew that sometimes when life gives you a chance, you must take a leap of faith, even if your pockets are empty, as long as your heart is rich with love. When Nirvana arrived at the mansion, she was awed by its size and splendor. Yet she noticed that behind every shiny surface, there was a silent emptiness, a quiet place waiting for laughter and cheer. The children, who had grown up in a world of formal rules and strict schedules, were curious. They had never met someone as warm and real as Nirvana before. During her very first day, Nirvana played games with them, read them stories, and even shared her favorite funny joke. Why did the banana go to the doctor? Because it wasn't peeling well. Even though it was a silly pun, it made everyone burst into laughter. In that moment, it seemed as if all the coldness and sadness in the mansion melted away, replaced by the sparkle of joy and the promise of a fresh start. In caring for the children, Navana used more than just her time. She also used her heart and her gentle wisdom. She explained things simply, used fun examples from everyday life, and never made the kids feel small or unimportant. Nirvana knew that every child is unique, just like a star in the sky. And even if a star seems lonely at first, when surrounded by love and care, it can shine the brightest of all. Slowly but surely, magic began to spread in the mansion. Nirvana's dedication and kind heart made every moment feel special. The children started to learn and grow in ways they had never before experienced. They played in the shiny hallways, danced in the garden, and even learned how to make paper boats to float in the fountain. One day, Nirvana brought out colorful paints and big sheets of paper. She said, "Let's make a picture of our dreams." While the kids painted, they giggled and talked about becoming astronauts, explorers, or even superheroes. With each brushstroke, the mansion filled with laughter and bright colors. It wasn't just a house anymore. It had become a home full of hope and creativity. Mr. Robinson watched the changes with wonder. He had spent many years surrounded by wealth and business deals, and often forgot how simple, heartfelt moments made life meaningful. Seeing his children's eyes light up and their smiles grow wide, he began to understand that true magic is not something you buy. It is something you feel deep inside. I believe that we all have a bit of Nirvana's magic in us. Even if you have a hard day at school or your favorite toy is lost, a kind smile or a gentle word can work wonders. This shows us that real love is not complicated. It is like a small seed that grows into a big, strong tree when watered with care and understanding. Imagine if your favorite video game character suddenly started giving you high fives and sharing funny memes. That would feel awesome, right? That's the same as Nirvana's high fives for the children. Simple gestures that turn an ordinary day into something unforgettable. As the days turned into weeks, each child grew stronger, both in mind and spirit. They learned to share, to trust, and to believe that even when life seems full of shadows, a little light can make all the difference. Nirvana's influence reached not only the children, but also everyone in the mansion. The kitchen, once quiet and dull, echoed with laughter, and the grand dining room turned into a place of fun meals, where stories and silly jokes were shared. This is a story about more than just a job. It is a story of how one person's true love can bring hope, change lives, and create magic in the most unexpected places. And even though it may sound like a fairy tale, it teaches us that every kind act in our own life can make a big difference. Before long, the magic that began in the mansion started to spread throughout the entire community. People began to notice that something had changed. Neighbors who once rushed by without a word would now stop for a smile, a quick chat, or even a wave. The children from the mansion visited nearby parks with new confidence, and even older people who watched from their windows couldn't help but feel warmer at heart. Nirvana's story showed everyone how caring for each other can give us a new chance at happiness. Sometimes in life, we get caught up in big problems, but small acts of kindness can remind us that love is the greatest magic of all. It teaches us that when we share our hearts, we not only help others, but also help ourselves grow in ways we never imagined. And let's be honest, kindness can be a bit funny too. Picture someone tripping and then laughing it off, or a pet chasing its own tail until everyone bursts into giggles. Life is full of these little surprises that add up to something wonderful. Now, I want you to remember something important. You do not have to be rich or famous to have a big, caring heart like Nirvana's. Every smile you share, every kind word you speak creates a ripple effect that can light up someone else's life. When you share your love, you start a chain reaction of hope and happiness that touches everyone around you. Isn't that like the best kind of magic? So, as we wrap up today's story, think about Nirvana and how her true love brought magic and hope into a home that was once filled with emptiness. It doesn't matter if you have lots of money or very little. What matters is what you have inside your heart. Every small kind act, every word of encouragement can be the start of something wonderful. If you enjoyed this heartwarming story and want to hear more amazing tales like this, please hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, click on the video on your screen now to explore another story that will inspire you even more. Remember, courage and kindness are the true magic in our world, and you have the power to make a difference every single day.